Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luki here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best AK-47 class setup on Modern Warfare. So before I get into this video, I'd like to quickly announce that me and my friend the Gibbinator are doing a Modern Warfare full game copy giveaway. We're basically going to be giving away one full copy of the game to one of you lucky guys. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to both of our channels. His link to his channel will be in the description down below. Once you have done that, all you got to do after that is go ahead and follow the link in the description to a Twitter tweet, and then basically that tweet will have all the information that you guys have to know about the giveaway. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this video. So the AK-47 in this game is an assault rifle and it is honestly amazing. I absolutely love this weapon. It is very fun to use. It's very easy to use, and I'm pretty sure if you guys use this class up, you guys are going to be absolutely dominating. So one of my favourite things with this class setup is going to be like the fire rate and the damage it has. It seems to have pretty high damage on this weapon, and the fire rate is also pretty fast. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the class setup I use on this weapon. So first of all, I have the tactical suppressor. I then have the heavy duty barrel. After that, I also have a reflex sight on it. Now on this game, honestly, you guys can go ahead and use whatever reflex sight you guys like to, but personally I like to go ahead and use this Solo Zero Optics mini reflex, or once I get to level 30 on this weapon, I'm going to go ahead and stick on the Viper reflex sight because it's probably one of my favourite sights on this game. As you can see, there's literally so many different sights you guys can use, so go crazy, literally use whatever sight you guys want to. Anyway, the next attachment is the sleight of hand perk, which basically lets you reload faster. And then lastly but not least, I like to go ahead and use the vertical foregrip. So that is my class setup for this weapon. Now if you guys want to go ahead, and personally sometimes I switch it up, so as you saw in that class setup, I had the sleight of hand perk on as the attachment. Now instead of using that, you guys can go ahead and swap that with extended mags if you guys want to. Basically use one or the other. They're basically the same. You guys can choose to having a faster reload or basically having more ammo in your magazine. Sometimes depending on the map I do switch it up. If it's a closer quarter map, I like to go ahead and use like sleight of hand, and then a longer range map, extended mags is good. Now a good thing about this game, you can actually go ahead and change your class setups in game, which is very cool. Now like I was saying before, on this weapon I like to use suppressor. Now suppressor for me on this weapon, it just feels right. I don't know what it is, but it just feels right to use. It feels nice to use. Every single Call of Duty that's had like some sort of AK in it, I've always put suppressor on it, and it just always feels nice to me. So you guys don't have to use suppressor. You guys can go ahead and swap that out with a different attachment if you guys would like to, but personally suppressor for me is just a very nice attachment to use. Anyway, the next one I'm going to be using is the heavy duty barrel. So this attachment basically makes your range better. That's all it really does. It's basically like a long barrel. There's not really much to talk about this other than the fact that it lets you get kills from longer range, which is also very helpful, because obviously if you guys can pick up kills from very far range, then that is obviously very helpful in a lot of different ways. So I'm not really going to talk about that one too much, but anyway, the next one is going to be the sleight of hand attachment, which is kind of like a different attachment like we've ever seen in any other Call of Duty before. And basically this is what it says, and it basically makes you have sleight of hand, so basically you reload faster. So obviously if you're reloading faster, that's very helpful, because you guys are going to be able to get kills a lot quicker. You guys aren't going to be as vulnerable as you would be if you didn't have it, because as you guys probably know on this game, the reload time on pretty much all of the weapons on this game is very slow, and that is because they are trying to make this game a lot more realistic. And obviously in real life you reload pretty slow, so with sleight of hand it does really help you out. Anyway, like I said earlier on in the video, if you guys don't want to use sleight of hand, then you guys can go ahead and use extended mags instead. There's not much point in using them both together, because having extended mags actually slows down your reload time anyway, so there's not really much point in having them both on. You guys can just have one or the other. Personally, I do prefer a sleight of hand because I like to get in their faces. So if it depends on what kind of player you are. If you rush them, I recommend using sleight of hand, or if you are a slower kind of campier kind of player, then extended mags is probably better for you. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the perks I like to use on this class. So as you guys probably saw, I had a few perks on, but I have changed them up since then, and the perks I like to use are EOD, Scavenger, and I like to go ahead and also use the Battle Hardened. Oh no, sorry, actually it's EOD, then Ghost, and then it's the Battle Hardened. You don't actually need Scavenger on this game, because instead of using Scavenger, I like to use the munitions like box instead, which you get after about 7 or so kills, and you guys can get your full ammo back, which is very, very good, and it saves you a slot in your class and you don't have to use Scavenger, which I really like. So instead I use Ghost, which basically keeps me off the minimap, which is very, very helpful because I like to play solo quite a lot, and obviously when you play solo, a lot of your teammates kind of suck and the enemies end up getting UAVs on them, and obviously if they get UAVs, then you're going to be able to be seen on the minimap by those UAVs, and the enemies are going to know where you are, and then you're going to be dying more often. So having Ghost on is extremely helpful if you are a solo player. However, if you don't play solo and you guys play in a party with like 3 or more people, then I don't recommend using Ghost. You guys should use something else instead. Anyway, EOD is basically flak jacket. So as you guys know in this game, pretty much every single enemy has to have a lethal on this game, and as you guys probably know if you've played this game a lot, there are claymores absolutely everywhere. So having EOD on is extremely helpful because you guys aren't going to be dying from those claymores and grenades, and it also protects you from score streaks as well. And the Battle Hardened is basically like tactical mask. So once again, as you guys probably know on this game, pretty much every single enemy has like a stun or a smoke or whatever, and this is basically gonna reduce the effects of those stun grenades, and you guys aren't going to be vulnerable when you get flashed by an enemy. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the class. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, please go ahead and drop a sub and a like. I definitely recommend you guys using this class. It is extremely good. Also, obviously this class is one of the classes that I've been using the most at the moment, and it's kind of early in the game, so once the game is out for a few weeks, I will have a bunch more class ups again on the same weapons, like an updated kind of version. So I definitely recommend you guys subscribing and turning those notifications on. Anyway, that's been it once again. Hopefully you did. If you did, please drop a sub and a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.